All right, let's dive right into this teaching explainer. If you've ever found yourself wondering, what actually happens after your tax ringgit leaves your pocket, well, you are definitely in the right place. Today, we're following the money. We're going to completely demystify how public funds are tracked, guarded, and managed in Malaysia by breaking down the highly structured world of public sector accounting.
Here is our quick syllabus for today. First, public accountability. Second, the Auditor General's powers. Third, phases of the audit. Fourth, the 3 types of audits. And finally, where do your reports go?
Let's kick things off with Section 1, Public Accountability.
Now, accountability isn't just some dry accounting buzzword, right? It is literally the bedrock of democratic values. Basically, it means that if a government entity is spending your money, they have a strict formal obligation to account for their activities, accept responsibility, and disclose the results transparently. It's the ultimate mechanism we have to ensure power is being used strictly in the public interest.
But how do they actually enforce this? Well, the National Audit Department uses something called the Accountability Index Rating. You can think of it like a really strict recurring report card for government entities. They assess financial management in 2 ways: mandatory audits, which happen every single year for key departments, and rotational audits, which hit every 3 years. The whole goal here is just making sure no department goes unchecked for too long.
Moving right along to Section 2, Auditor General's powers. So under Section 7 and 8 of the Audit Act, the Auditor General wields absolutely incredible power. They can access all records, vouchers, and cash. They can search any public office without paying a dime in fees, call upon literally anyone for an explanation, and even examine people under oath. It's intense. But with great power comes a strict duty of secrecy. They can't just go leaking this sensitive info outside of their official duties.
Section 3, Phases of the Audit.
So how does this actually look on the ground? Well, public sector auditing basically happens in 2 distinct phases. First up, you have the interim audit. This is essentially testing the waters before the year ends, just to see if a department's internal controls are actually working effectively. Then comes the final audit. This is the massive annual review to guarantee complete accuracy, validity, and regulatory compliance across the board, the whole shebang.
Which brings us perfectly to Section 4, 3 types of audits.
There are 3 primary types of audits, basically 3 distinct pillars that ensure public money is used correctly. We've got the financial audit, the compliance audit, and the performance audit.
Let's break down those first 2. Financial audits are exactly what they sound like. They're all about the math, verifying that the financial statements show a true and accurate picture. Compliance audits, on the other hand, are strictly about the law. They guarantee that a department didn't just spend the money, but that they followed every single legal directive and government rule to do it.
But the performance audit? Man, this is where things get really vital for you, the citizen. Instead of just checking the math or the rule book, it asks the hard questions. Did this government program actually work? Was it efficient? It audits for real-world value and public impact, not just balance sheets. A real game changer, honestly.
And finally, Section 5, Where do reports go?
Okay, so once the Auditor General spends all this time investigating, and let's say they find some major weaknesses or irregularities, where do these final reports actually end up? Who holds the government accountable when a program completely fails to deliver?
While Section 9 of the Act lays out a strict multi-track reporting system, major federal and performance issues go straight to Parliament, right where your elected representatives can debate the findings. State-level reports? Those are submitted to the ruler of the state and the state legislative assembly. And if there is a severe, immediate special issue, the Auditor General actually bypasses the usual chain and reports directly to the Young D. Pertan Gan.
This brings us to a really crucial takeaway. To quote the source material directly here, accountability is crucial to a country as it creates an effective control to ensure management of public monies is in accordance with applicable laws and regulations. Basically, auditing is not just bureaucratic paperwork. It is the absolute protector of public property.
So, I'm going to leave you with this final thought. Without transparent and powerful auditing, how can we truly measure the health and integrity of our democracy? Rigorous tracking of public money directly empowers you. So next time a massive government program is announced, keep asking the right questions. Thanks for joining this explainer, and keep following the money.